Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back again. So in today's video, I'm gonna be talking about all these deleted scenes and shots from Godzilla 2014. I wanna leave a huge shout out to Rick the Squirrel for taking the time to scavenge online for all these deleted shots and scenes for us to admire. He also made a video compiling all of these new scenes together, so if you guys wanna go ahead and check out his video, it's in the description below. But in this take, I'm really just showing you guys all of the ones that I just really found intriguing and just so interesting to share with the rest of you guys. So let's go ahead and break down all these deleted scenes. Our first deleted scene is basically just a scene of Dr. Serizawa just looking back at Godzilla, and this takes place literally right after the events of Hawaii where Godzilla fights the male Muto. I honestly think that is a great scene. I don't really think that's much of a scene because it's only like 4 seconds long, but still, like, just that alone, like, bro, I feel like the littlest amounts of Godzilla scenes could have made the movie even better. Because for this next deleted scene right here, you can see that that is Godzilla literally rising from a shore in Hawaii. And I can tell that this is from a guy that was recording this footage, but the fact that this alone was taken out, like, bro, like, do you see what I mean? Like, I feel like all these little things could have just made the movie slightly better. And just when you think it stops there, it doesn't. It gets even better in the deleted shots. So as I break it down, you will easily notice how much more different it turns out compared to the movie that we got. So for our first deleted shot right here, as you guys can see, this is when Godzilla is by the Golden Gate Bridge, and really the only difference here is that this shot does not cut away from Godzilla and goes back to the kids on the bus. Like, it just stays focused heavily on Godzilla just rising ashore. Think about it, if there weren't so many cutaways, would you enjoy this movie a lot more better than how you see it now, or would it just still feel the same to you? I think I would have enjoyed it a lot more. Now for this next deleted shot, oh my god, this is one of those shots I was like, come on now why did y'all take it out? This deleted shot takes place towards the end of the movie, and this is when people are looking at the TV and just see Godzilla just going back to the ocean. But the difference here is that, yeah, this is pretty much how the whole scene would look like just without the TV in the way, but I would honestly still prefer the bottom shot compared to the shot that we got in the movie, just because, like, it just really makes you appreciate the whole monster scale of Godzilla himself. And it's just like, yeah, the more I think about it, like, with all this criticism for Godzilla, like, that's all that it really was. It was all about, you know, oh, the movie's too dark, very little screen time for Godzilla. Even the Mutos have more screen time than Godzilla did, but these deleted shots would have given us even more potential of how much more greater this film alone could have really been. This next deleted shot right here is definitely one of my favorite ones for sure, because this one takes place right after Godzilla uses his atomic breath against the female Muto. But the only difference here is that as that male Muto is coming back from behind to attack Godzilla, really the camera just doesn't cut away from a further shot. It kind of just stays more focused on them, and just that alone too, I'm just like, well shit, like, yeah, might as well have just kept it in there. Now for this next shot, as you guys can see, this is when Godzilla's just pushing the shit out of that female Muto to the ground, and as you guys can see, the only difference here, same thing, the camera just does not cut away from the monsters too much. It doesn't focus back on the humans. It just stays directly on Godzilla and the female Muto. I really thought this next shot was super rare, because in that same scene when Godzilla pushes the female Muto to the ground and steps on her, you can literally just see the camera just panning back up on Godzilla. It doesn't cut back to the female Muto or anything. Like, it just stays on Godzilla. So I'm just like, bro, like, why? Like, what is up with that? Like, now you have to admit, now that is a good ass shot. If they kept that in there too, like, hello, like, do you see what I mean? This next shot right here, oh yeah, this one's gonna get you good, so check this out. Now, this is the scene when Godzilla is kind of losing to the two Mutos here, and he's kind of like just getting jumped at this point, but just look at this. Basically the only difference here is that this is like the full out scene of what happens to Godzilla. Like, it doesn't cut away to like Godzilla's face or anything like that, not even the humans alone, but yeah, you just kind of just see more action going on there. The same thing happens here in our next deleted shot. Same thing in the sequence, you know? It doesn't jump cut to the monsters going to check out the egg or anything like that. It just literally just shows even more action that takes place between Godzilla and these two Mutos alone. Now for this next deleted shot, this one was actually kind of just weird to me, and I can actually see why they took it out. But as you guys can see, this is when Godzilla is literally just roaring and going back to the ocean, but right before he does that, if you guys pay attention to the very bottom, you can just see how Godzilla just randomly just starts slanting down to the fucking ocean. But if you see in the original shot, like the original shot does look more natural compared to the extended shot. So I can see why they did jump cut the camera there, especially since now we're so used to Godzilla moving so fast. Now we're not used to seeing Godzilla just move all slow and then out of fucking nowhere in the ocean. And as for the last and final deleted shot here, I can actually see why they kind of took this one out too, because as you guys can see, this is when Godzilla is using his atomic breath for the very first time ever, and I really loved how they did this. But the difference, and like I said, I could see why they changed it, is because in the extended shot in the bottom, you can see that it just focuses more on the female Muto just staring at Ford. But in the original shot, you know, just seeing that blue glow in his face and his reaction to it, like, yeah, that's where the hype really began. Just seeing his atomic breath just being revealed for the first time ever in theaters, that was the best moment of my life. I cannot stress that enough. After going through all these things, you have to sit there and just ask yourself, like, yeah, why were they taken out? I would assume that for the most part could really just be because of the amount of budgeting and money and CGI that they had to use each and every single day just to make Godzilla 2014 come to life. And on top of that, if you guys remember this guy named Thomas Todt, who also worked on Godzilla 2014, he was the same guy that also did say that eventually we would get an extended cut of Godzilla 2014, but guess what? That was 8 years ago! And we just don't have one yet. But then again, that's exactly why I always felt like Godzilla 2014 was low-key an underrated MonsterVerse movie, because yes, despite that Godzilla had little screen time compared to everybody else, the fact that they literally had potential to make it even better and they just didn't want to, or just kind of show it in a way of, like, what did they say, like in the way of Jaws? I mean, it still worked, but damn, yeah, if they really just added those little things in, I guarantee you, this movie would have had even better reviews than it does right now. This movie is just a mysterious gem to all of us, and I swear to God, let me find out there's even more deleted scenes or deleted shots of Godzilla 2014. Oh my God, they just might as well should just start working on an extended cut right now, but until then, you know, I'll just believe it when I see it. Other than that, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and if you guys are new to this channel, please press the button in the comments and turn that bell, and I will see you guys the next time. Peace!